It's the time of the month where I get to review a new Phenyx Pro product. If you've been watching the channel for a while, I've taken a look at microphone systems in the past, in-ear monitors, an 8-channel mic system in a single rack unit. But today I've got something a little more practical for the average DJ, band, speaker, anything like that. This is the Phenyx Pro PTU-71, and it's a selectable frequency, scannable UHF microphone system that has both a handheld and a lav mic. And as a working DJ in the past, this would have been probably my go-to for a ceremony system or something like that, because you've got your lav mic, which you're going to pass off to your minister or to your speaker at a corporate event, and then you've got a handheld that you can either use to make announcements or you can give as a second unit. Now, both of these have independently selectable frequencies. You can scan for the most available frequencies, and like I said, this is going to be the best option for the average person. And in this video today, I'm going to unbox it, show you everything that comes inside, give you my thoughts on the pros and the cons of it, do a little bit of testing, and then finish it off with some final thoughts. Now, if you're new here, my name is Jordan. This is the Phase Reviews YouTube channel, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. I'm gonna open this up in just a few seconds, but if you're not, consider becoming a subscriber and ringing the notification bell, leaving a comment, and liking the video, because all of those help the channel grow. And if you wanna go the extra mile, click the link to buy me a soda down in the description. If you do that, I'll shout you out in a future video, and of course, I would be super thankful for your support. But enough of that, let's take a look at this Phenyx Pro PTU-71. So we won't waste too much time with the packaging, which we have done in the past, but it's pretty straightforward. You've got a picture of the unit right there, and then a few specs on the back, which I just want to read to you. This particular model is the UHF 530 to 580 megahertz band, which is the legal band here where I'm at in the US. Greater than 105 dB of dynamic range, 50 hertz to 18 kilohertz frequency response. You've got dual XLR outputs as well as a combined 1/4 inch. It can work up to 328 feet, which they claim. Most people aren't going to push these that far. I think up to 100, 150, maybe 200 is usually your safe limit. And then the receiver, XLR connector, we already talked about the sensitivity, uses a DC power thing. That's pretty much the important stuff. So let's open this puppy up and show you what's inside. So unlike the Phenyx IEM system I took a look at recently, this one does not have like an included carry case. You're just getting it in the foam, so you're going to want to buy something to haul it around to gigs with. We've got our manual right here. As usual for Phenyx, there's our warranty card. But Phenyx is great at giving very thorough instructions, diagrams in good English that's easy to understand. So props to Phenyx for that. Now let's take a look at what else is in the box. We can start with the handhelds. Okay, so we've got typical Phenyx quality here. All metal except for this cap here at the end, metal grill, feels very weighted and heavy in the hand and is not, a weird color. This is definitely something you could see in professional use. We've got, let's see, did I throw batteries on this one already? I tested these a little earlier. No, we need to throw some more batteries in here. We'll talk about the screen in just a moment, but when you power this up, you're gonna get a readout of your battery life, your signal strength, what channel you're on, all that stuff. Now, above the screen is a little IR window, and that's to pair the handheld transmitter to the receiver. You could do that via a button on the receiver. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. So that's the handheld. We've also got our, let's see, on this side, we've got our lav, our body pack, okay? Now the body pack is not as nice quality as the handheld. This is all plastic, probably just for being lightweight. You've got a clip on the back to hook to your belt. You've got a locking XLR connection right up here, which I love to see, and your power and mute button right there. Now if we pull open the battery compartment, you can see the IR receiver window so that you can pair this to the unit, and then your battery compartment right there, and your little 1/4 wave antenna on the top. Also have a screen giving you the same information as far as battery and channel that you have on the handheld. Now with the lav, you're going to get, or with the body pack, you're going to get a lav microphone, so you're kind of your clip-on with a windscreen, which is nice to see. Again, locking XLR, that's a big pro for one of these budget sets. We like to see that. And then you also get the headset. I usually hate the headsets. These are not very comfortable and sit on your head all awkwardly, but if you want to use the headset, you can do that as well. Okay, now before we get to the receiver, here we have got in 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch tip sleeve mono cable if you want to send your combined signal that way. They also include one of these anti-roll, if I can get it out of here, rings, which everyone includes nowadays. You put this on the handheld transmitter and it prevents it from rolling off your table. Always nice to see. And then we've got our DC power supply right here. Okay, typical wall wart, probably easily replaceable if you need to. Last things before we get to the receiver are going to be, they do include batteries right here, okay? And then they also include your half wave antennas. All right, these are for 555 megahertz, so right in the band we need them to be. And they are gonna give you a little bit of increased signal reception as opposed to the little quarter wave antennas. So like to have those in the box. Now, onto the receiver portion. And once again, we kind of return to that typical Phenyx quality, all metal unit here. We do not get rack mount hardware in this, but there are holes, I'm guessing, so you can rack mount it if you want. Otherwise, you can use this as a standalone like tabletop unit. Around the back, we've got our antenna connections, our XLR outs, as well as a mix output and our power supply in. On the front, we have our screen, our power button. Oh, let me hold that in frame. Power button, our screen, and then each channel has its own volume knob and then channel selection buttons right there. So let me power this up and show you how that looks. I'm gonna grab my DC power supply, plug that in right there. We'll also grab our antenna, making a royal mess of this packaging. Everything, you know, props to Phenyx always, they always package things super well. Everything's in its own protective plastic carry case so that it doesn't have to get scratched before you take it to a gig and scratch it. Now the antenna, if you've never hooked these up before, there's just a little nub on the kind of connection port. You put it on there, you twist, and then you can bend these to where you want them. Okay, so let's power this puppy up. Clicking the button right here, I have to hold it. There's our display. It's a very legible, let's see, can we see it right there? Yeah. There you go. Very legible display, and it gives you some important information on each side. We can say we're in channel 3 or bank 3 channel 4, and then bank 11 channel 7 right there. The specific frequency you're at, 544.82 megahertz on this side, and then you're 566.37 on that side. Now let me throw some batteries in in the handheld transmitter here, and then we'll see what additional information we get on that display after we do that. All right, so I've got some batteries in this unit. I'm gonna hold the power button on here and power it on. And it looks like it's already connected to the right frequency, bank 3, channel 4 right there. And we've got our battery readout, okay? Let's see, can we see it? Oh, I turned the screen off. There we go, right there. You can see your display. Now, here is the unit, and we can see now that that mic is turned on one side, the channel one side, it says antenna, ANT. So we are receiving signal there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the unit outside with one of my PA speakers, and we'll do a little bit of a sound test and a distance test, just to give you an idea of, first of all, if it sounds any good, which I don't expect anything less from Phenyx. I've used them in the past and they've been excellent. And then how far we can comfortably go if we get any dropouts, anything like that. So let's head over there. All right, so now we're outdoors. I've got a PA speaker set up right behind the camera. I'm gonna walk over to the far side of this pond. It's a couple hundred feet away, and we'll see if this can stand up to the distance. All right now about 100 feet away, still coming in. All right, and right here about 200 feet away, no dropouts at all. Very impressed with the system. I expected nothing less. Now, I could probably push it a little bit farther, but I'm not gonna mess with that right now. This is probably the safe distance that you would wanna use if you were, doing some professional work. You never wanna really push the limits of your system, but I would definitely be comfortable walking a whole dance floor with this setup. Okay, so I'm back on my camera microphone, but before I wrap this portion of the video up, I did want to show you how to use the auto scan function and the channel selection on the Phenyx PTU-71. So if you just want to manually select a channel, you can just click up and down on these arrows here and just find one that maybe works or that you've used before, and then you just hit set again to select that frequency, okay? So, I've got this on bank 9 channel 6 right now, but if you want to scan for the most available frequency, you just hold the set button right here. It's going to do a scan of the room. It's very quick. It'll find the best frequency. It says it's 03, okay? So if we want to link up our body pack or our handheld transmitter with this unit, we just need to point this little IR window at the IR signal icon thing right here. So I'm just going to put the microphone kind of facing it like that, and then just hit the set button a single short press. It's going to try and pair, and just like that, 03. So now we're set up and we're getting signal. So it's just that easy. If I hit set again, if I hold this, let's say this one's not working out for me, I hold set, we'll have it scan one more time. And now it says 1.6. So again, point the IR window at the IR right there, hit the set button a single time, and now we are paired up 1.6. Check, check, 1, 2. It's that easy. All right, so there you have it. That is the Phenyx Pro PTU-71. I think it's a great solution for the beginner DJ, the beginner speaker or band. If you need your first mic setup and you're someone that occasionally uses a lav mic or a headset mic. For someone that just uses a handheld, maybe this isn't the solution, but wedding DJs for sure definitely need a lav mic if you're doing any sort of ceremonies or if you're doing any sort of corporate gigs. So it's nice to have both in one unit and it serves a lot of functions. The quality, the build quality is great, metal all around except for the body pack, and sound quality, great as always. I didn't expect anything less. The display is easy to read. It gives you all the info you need, scannable frequencies, and I'm super happy with it. So if you want to pick up one of these for yourself, I'll include a link down in the description. You can buy through there, support the channel. I would of course love you for it. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and if you want to go the extra mile, buy me a soda and I'll give you a shout out in a future video as a supporter. But that's going to be all today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.